Well, I thought me saying something like that.
It was clever. It just was unnecessary.
In your feelings much?
Nah, I haven't been in my feelings in a minute.
Maybe.
Huh?
I said maybe.
I've been real sad, but at peace with my sadness. That's a thing. That's a real thing.
Absolutely. I think that's a part of healing.
Sure.
I think that sadness is a fleeting feeling, just like happiness. It just happens to stay there longer if you indulge in it. But if you have now come to peace with it, then that sadness is definitely going to be more temporary than it is a constant.
Not even I think it's just gonna consume you.
If you don't find peace with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I said without saying those words. Healing.
Oh, you said temporary, that's why.
Yeah, it's a temporary feeling until you allow it to consume you.
What, sadness?
Yes.
I'm thinking about what you said. Hold on. Because sadness is a fleeting feeling. I 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah, that it's a fleeting feeling unless you allow it to consume you.
Yes.
Because that's why I'm saying it's a part of healing. Because if you continue to be sad and you're not trying to find any sense of getting out of that.
True. Yes. Yes. We're going to end it there.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to get into some banter. All right. Okay, now, ladies. Yeah. Better question for today. Being that it's the holiday season, what are you getting yourself for Christmas?
I haven't really thought about it. If I'm going to be honest, I did look at bags. I did look at coats. I'm trying to give you a conversation back. But
you had to think about, even in the down times. So you get a little up, like, I'm gonna buy this for myself for Christmas. You may see something.
Yes. But I think that I am going to put the money, which is probably only a quarter of the money that I probably would spend if it was a bag or a coat, to get a picture for my dad on his mausoleum. It's not there yet, and I thought that would have been done already. I already got the cost of it, how I can get it done. So that's something that I've been wanting to do for the past couple of months. And I think I think that would be the gift to myself. I get to choose the picture because I'm paying for it. So
absolutely.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Dope.
Get the picture from my dad.
Right. Look at that. That's amazing.
Okay. What about you, Craig?
I'm going to buy myself some black cement bricks.
Should I just say okay? Because I just feel like that's a regular day.
That's not a regular. I haven't bought a pair of sneakers all year.
Well, that's also because...
That's a lot.
Well... I have nothing. It's just like, that's just a...
Okay, I haven't bought... I haven't bought a pair of sneakers like this for myself in a while.
How much are they?
Chill.
So you're getting on them off like a third-party site or something like that?
Go.
Okay.
This is not an ad for Go.
Well, kind of sounds like it, but and that's okay. I asked, but okay. I mean, like I said, for me, that's a regular day. I've even had to be a participant in making sure that the sneakers get to you safely. So it's just like for me, and it happened this year. That's why I was like, wait.
That's why I said I lied.
Yeah, I was
instantly took it back.
And you definitely like was on it. So okay, I'm gonna say okay. It's just that's a I got some extra money day for Greg and.
Oh shit! No, it is not.
Okay.
Yo, you ever heard a lie about yourself that you wish was true?
No.
I have.
Okay.
Somebody said that through social media, I look like a bachelor, a rich bachelor.
I can see that.
Fuck you too.
I'm sorry, Greg. It's how you portray it, right? It's from.
I'm poor. I'm not poor. I would never wish that on myself. I would not put those words on
I was
myself.
going to tell you that words have power. What you capture and what you promote on your social media will give you that aspect. Also, like understanding that everybody really doesn't know your profession or the organizations that you're attached to. So you're outside or you're in Africa. So it's just like
it's either you're outside or you're in Africa.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other like countries that you've been to since the last couple of years, but Africa definitely. You've traveled most of Africa for the most part.
Yes.
Yes. And at the same sentiment, I don't see a woman next to you, by you. You're not doing the
for sure
boo loving. I'm here with my girl type thing.
I don't think I would ever post my significant other unless we're like married and family shit.
Okay, but what if you're significant? Well, what if the person that you're dating and you now want to get serious with is looking for that from you?
Communicate.
So you would do it then?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a no. It's just not something that you're.
I don't want to. I would say that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no. I think all the lies that I've heard about me.
That was the first lie I heard. I was like, I wish.
I think perception is key, and I think it's.
But she was wrong on both fronts.
Understood.
On all fronts.
But no, she wasn't. Her feelings are valid based off if she know you through what she see through social media.
This ain't a feeling. This is wrong. It's not fact. It's an opinion. It is a well-constructed opinion based on images that you may see online.
And that is her truth.
Okay, no, it is. You're right. It's her truth, but
her perception.
But her truth becomes lie when she gets the truth from the person who she's making the assumption about. No,
my thing is, it's not a lie because my perception was only proven wrong until I had the conversation. But if we never talked, it's just like looking at celebrities, just like looking at people that you don't have regular contact with. What they promote on their social media is who you are encompassing them to be because you don't talk to them like that. But once you do, and then you tell me something different, does that change how I thought about you before? Most likely, but it doesn't change my perception of you before this conversation.
No, I'm talking about the after now. Now you have the before the BC, the before Christ, and then you have the A. The 80s.
Why can't you say before Greg and then after Greg?
I was thinking of BC.
Yeah, we don't need to put Jesus in this conversation.
Jesus is in every conversation because he is the reason for the season.
Okay, if you say so, but I don't. But so you're saying that after that conversation, their truths, they stayed with that.
Say that again?
You're saying like after the conversation where you told them your actual truths.
Yeah.
That they still believe the way that they believe?
Yes. And I don't lie. I do lie, but I wouldn't lie about that.
Well, what are you gonna lie about that about?
There's a lot of things to lie about.
Wow, Greg.
There is. I don't believe in telling it's not really lying. I just don't believe in telling everybody everything.
Are you the same person that told me that
you need one person that knows everything about yourself? Yes, I still believe in that.
You said the words, I didn't, friend.
And I still have those people.
You're just saying people like in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put that with everybody. But
I know.
You gotta relax. You gotta relax. But
we good?
Yeah.
All right.
What was that noise?
Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepared?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
Gigi.
What are you looking at?
life and waiting for it to pass by till you're done.
Life.
Yeah.
How you look at life? What life look like?
You
Right
don't
now,
have...
look like me.
Greg, I definitely wasn't looking at you.
I
Can you
know.
do the last part already so we can get into it?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
A little
Convo.
bit of geek.
Yeah. Thank you. What up? Welcome to Convo 169.
Yes.
Welcome to Convo 169 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I am the person that talked first. And I am joined here by my lovely sister.
Gigi. At that moment, I forgot that I'm supposed to talk. Hi everyone. Life has been lifing. Work has been working. And I'm here today to just
Work
tell
has been
another
working, or
story.
has work not been working?
No, it's been getting better.
All right.
For sure. I also found out that I was given a position online that I don't have, which is weird. But I'm most likely going to try to use it on my resume to help me be a greater person today
As you
than I
should.
was yesterday.
As you should.
That wasn't me. That was you. I did have a family member pass away in the past week, and I did go to a funeral. And I've learned that, like, funerals and weddings give me the same vibe.
That's not good.
No, but not in a like one, obviously they're on extremes. Like one is happiness, one is sadness. I'm talking about in the idea of being overstimulated, and sometimes your social battery ends up being like drained, right? Because in those two scenarios, you see that there are people that you haven't seen in a while. You know, they want to catch up with you. They haven't seen you. They want to talk to you, and sometimes it becomes a bit much when this whole time that you haven't dealt with them doesn't mean you wish anything bad on them. You just, life happens and people spend time with other people, maybe not that person in specifically. And what I realized is that before I was just so, again, this sounds crazy, excited to go to some funerals and weddings because those are the moments where I get to see people that I haven't seen in a while. Whether they don't live in this state or they're somewhere else, but there's also people that you don't want to see. There's also people that you just don't care to talk to. And they drain your battery to the point where you just realize that this is why I don't come to these functions. But needless to say, like I said, I do have that same sentiment where it's moments like that, even if it's unfortunate or a blessing, that when you do get to see some people that you haven't seen in a while, sometimes it can create reconnections with people, and sometimes you just get a realization that you just don't have to do this, and I won't. And then outside of that, I'm just really looking forward to next year for sure. I think that this year can go now. I think I'm done with it.
Have you ever ended a year like, dang, this was a good year?
Absolutely.
I can't recall.
I want to say,
And it's not that I'm saying that like I've had bad year, like every year's been bad. Like no, it's just
Yeah.
that like when I don't think it's like we don't give enough credit to when it's like a good year. Like everyone always just talks about this year's could be done, or like when you had a bad year, you recognize you had a bad year. But you never really say it when you have a good year.
I think you don't have. I think when you're saying it like that, I just think you don't feel like you have the audience or the introspective in yourself, because sometimes you don't always have to share all the great things. Sometimes you want to covet them. You want to hold them for yourself. And sometimes you're not looking for other people's perspective, opinions, or advice, or even a congratulations, because that's something that you did for you.
For sure.
So,
but we look for the sympathy when there's a bad year.
I don't, because I think that in the bad year, just in its entirety, like things do happen that are out of our control. But the idea how we deal with it is always under our control.
I agree.
So I think that if you have the mindset to make it better than you had before, I can see that. I think that there are moments where people become vulnerable. I think there's moments where people, have to deal with grief and loss. There's times where people just have to even have a moment but doubting themselves. But I still believe that there's going to be a moment in time, and maybe it might not be this year. Maybe that was the moment of self-discovery so you can be better the next year or two. Mm-hmm. Maybe you've understood it now. Next year you might heal from it. And the year after that, you might be catapulting to a whole different trajectory. So I don't think it's that people don't always share that they have a good year, because I see it. I actually today has been one of those days where I have had conversations with two women who they both got cars. They both bought new cars today. That's something that one was gifted to them, and one they did the work to decide that they wanted a new car. Mm-hmm. So it's like there are people that when you have people, your cheerleaders and people, I don't even want to say on the same level, but want greatness for you, it's easier for you to share those years. Now, granted, we might not podcast-wise, but I think that's something that you can acknowledge.
I hear you. I don't know. I think when people, I think people have good years, right? I think people have good days or whatever. But I think is you're more inclined to hear someone say they had a bad day or a bad year versus someone saying, I had a good year. I had a good day today. Like, people more, I think people...
You talking about in general?
Yeah, in general.
I don't believe that. But that's not my experiences with the people that I know in my life.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not saying that, everybody is like that. But like I said, I have people in my life that are excelling and doing things that are open to share that with me.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, so, I'm saying, do they say, yo, I had a really good year this year? Or they just tell you, the good things that has happened? Because that's not what I'm saying.
I've seen it. But the thing is that it's how you measure the good and the bad, right? Because I think it's one thing to understand you got jabbed, and then you got knocked out, and then, okay, your year might have felt a little shitty. But if you didn't take in consideration every time you got up, your training, the connections that you had, the sponsorship that you gained, the money that you made, thinking about it in its entirety was just yes, I might have gone through this loss, but did that really define my year? It's all about perspective.
I know. That's not what I agree.
But that's what I'm saying. My experience is that there's a lot of people that love to share with me the good news in their life. Yes, they tell me the bad news.
I'm saying have you? But I'm specifically getting at the terms. I had a good year. I had a bad year. Somebody's more likely to say I had a bad year than they are saying I had a good year. I think people. When someone, like you said, when someone had a good year because they'll tell you all the good things that has happened. I got a new car. I got a new job. I had a baby. I got married. So you automatically assume you had a pretty good year. You don't need to say it. But when nobody shares that good news with you, when there's no good news to share, the first thing the first thing you don't think is that they had a good year. I wouldn't say you even think that they had a bad year. You don't know what kind of year they had. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, if none of those good things, if they don't have any good news to share, then 9 times out of 10, they'll be either or more inclined to say I had a bad year. Say the actual term. And I think I just thought it was interesting how nobody said, you rarely hear somebody say, had a pretty good year. Not naming off the accomplishments, but just say the term. I had a good year.
I've said it before.
Dope. I've never said it. That's all.
I've said it.
I've always about. Yeah. I've definitely said that. This year could go away. I've definitely said that many times.
Oh, yeah, no, this year. But I just think that this year, just opened up a lot of opportunities for myself that I now need to decide to take them. And I think it also just plays into the idea of it's finding more clarity in the unknown. I think that this year has, shown me what it's really like, and how people genuinely really feel about me. I think I've learned, either being in different spaces, being around different people, that I now genuinely know. If I didn't know then, I definitely know now how you feel about me and how you view me. And that allows me to know that I no longer either need to put any more energy in this, or I can just remove this and let it be great. But that's that. I'm done talking. The week was a week, and it was a week, and now we're here. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Like I said earlier, no, don't do that. Like I said earlier, I think I've just found peace within the sadness, which is way better than not. I also just learned this week I need to sit my black ass down in every way, shape, and form.
You're saying that now, even though we're going out tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's not how I need to sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, like just work traveling so much. I looked at my calendar. Out of 12 months, I was gone for 8. Like that's bad. Like I pay rent. So yeah, I just need to sit my ass down. Need to sit my ass down.
But how do you do that when it's your job?
I could say no to stuff. I've chosen not to say no to run from other stuff, so keep myself busy. But
I love your truth.
Need to sit my ass down and deal with some shit.
Won't you do it? You ready to get into these topics?
Let's do the thing. Me and you.
Go ahead.
All right. So, speaking of work, I got promoted.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And with that promotion.
No, congratulations, Greg.
Thank you.
You earned that shit. You should have been got that promotion. Okay. I'm happy that you got that promotion.
I appreciate that. Right.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. And with that promotion, it came a new meeting routine. So I had to go to a leadership summit for the organization.
Finally, you should have been in those summits, but sorry, Greg. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a hype man in the back. I got the ad libs. I'm sorry.
And the whole retreat was about culture. And
where was it?
In Michigan.
I bet it was. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'll tell you that off mic. Yeah, the whole thing was about culture, and maybe sit there because I've read a number of books. Don't say nothing.
Everybody knows the numbers, Greg.
I got an MBA. I had to read. But I've read a number of books on leadership and culture and all that stuff. And just got me thinking while we was there how important culture is to any organization. So my topic today is all about work culture and how is it important to you? How do you define it? Blah 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 blah. So
that was gonna be my question to you. Like when you say culture, like what are you brushing on?
So culture for me is like how everyone. What do we as a team and organization stand for, and what we allow and what we don't allow.
You're talking about the mission statement?
No. That's the organization. But when you working think about when you working with your department, okay, right? What in your department don't you allow? What will you allow within your team, right? Some people they don't care to know. They don't care for a transparency. Like in some cultures, it's like we're just gonna listen to what the leader says and that's it. Some cultures is like, nope, everyone knows everything that's happening because that's just how the leader decides to lead. So it's not necessarily like the mission of the organization. It's just like how you and your team work. Like, how do we make this all work for everybody so everyone can do the best job that they possibly can and feel comfortable?
Okay. So when I say with my team, when you're putting it like that, what I realized was that everybody had strengths. But they didn't have morale. They didn't have communication. They sometimes forgot that person next to them or the person across from them is a human being. And I think when it came to me being in the specific organization that I am, that I brought a culture of camaraderie. Like I want to help you not because I need this, but because
you need help.
Yes, I need help. Like it's more of a now I care about if you're okay or not. I've built this dynamic within my organization where we've built so much camaraderie within that everybody will look out for each other. Yeah. Like before I came, it wasn't like that. No one would talk to nobody No one knew what was going on in anybody's lives. And now, like, people are opening up about themselves. We're all learning about each other, giving a more human touch to this thing we call corporate America, where it's really just about, you're being a number. When you're at the bottom, it's like you're just a number and you're just getting these things done. It's more about quantity than quality. As you rise up in those things, you end up realizing you try to do the quality, but at the bottom, it's really about quantity than quality. And the culture that I've found myself in now has built a foundation where we will ride with each other to stop the monarchy if we had to. But we also understand, which I've also put into everybody, don't play checkers, you play chess. Like, you don't always win just by having an attitude or using the knowledge that you have against someone that may not know better and they're above you. It's about understanding the game that you're playing and how you're supposed to win. So the culture that I'm in is that I think everyone should have a voice. However, that's only in a structure that is broken. Because if we do have a true leadership, they would already allow us to have a voice, but understand that their voice will be final. But when you don't have a direct sense of someone that you believe that can lead,
true.
Now everything is in chaos. Everyone wants to run things. And so
having good is having good culture important for you?
Absolutely, because I think it gives the people the reason to come into work. Knowing that we work remotely for the most part, or even have the opportunity to work remotely, sometimes the connection with people have dissipated. People are no longer viewing people as humans now. It's just like, because I don't see you, I'm not around you, and I don't know you, now you're just a person on a computer. I've seen that even with the later generation and how they interact with you one-to-one and then how they interact with you online. It becomes so far-fetched that if you really take in consideration that if you have a great structure that allows people to feel like they have a voice. Now, granted, as a leader, you want to listen to your constituents, your subordinates, and people like that. You want to take that in consideration, but you have the final answer. Well, know what?
I don't want to hear from everybody.
If you don't have a huge team, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I think if it's like a robust team of like 100, like no, even like 50 maybe. But if I know my team is like 7 or 8 people, even the person that I'm not asking them to give me their ideas, I do have to understand that either you want to grow here or this is just a stepping stone for you. Mm-hmm. And I won't know that if I don't interact with you. So it's not always about me getting your ideas. Sometimes it's about getting to know the people. And that's really what it is about. Everybody doesn't have ideas in my team.
I guess it depends on how far up you are, right? In the pecking order.
Okay.
Because if I'm the CEO, I don't care. Let me not say I don't care. I'm going to rely on people. I'm going to rely on a certain group of people to tell me what I need to know.
And I understand that is the idea.
Right? Yeah,
There'd be no point of hierarchy or structure, corporate America, if that wasn't the case. Mm-hmm. The unfortunate thing is that there's people in positions that don't know. So it's just like they are not able to advocate for you, the team, or what is needed because they don't know nothing.
Okay, so now, question. And you probably already answered this.
Okay.
But it's okay. You are in charge. You are the leader.
I am.
You are in charge of setting your culture.
Okay.
What is one quality, one trait that must be infused in your culture?
Communication.
Why?
Because if I don't know, I can't help. I can't help. I can't save you. Can't help you. I can't do anything if you don't communicate effectively. And that's the thing about building the morale, because when there is a structure where no one talks to nobody, then you won't know that so-and-so in the corner is having a mental breakdown and you don't know what's going on. You just think they're just leaving work abruptly. But the idea of being able to have a communication within your group, and that's why I'm like, even the lowest person I would want to hear from And I get what you're saying when it comes to the pecking order, but I'm saying like even within that team, right? Because even when you think about the team, there's the seniors, there's the directors, and they're like managers. Like it ends up breaking it down. But there's a certain level where you understand that if you don't even know what's going on the ground, you can't make efficient decisions. Because believe it or not, everybody above is thinking about bigger pictures, not what's happening right now, until it's called to their attention.
Okay. I don't disagree.
You don't have to agree either. It's okay.
No, it's not. I guess not really agree or disagree matter. It's I respect it. I think communication is definitely important. We can still all hear that. Like we still hear it.
That's funny. I've been going through this ice thing, y'all. I'm sorry.
And I snorted. That's funny. That sounds wild.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that sounds crazy, Greg. I wasn't there. I'm sorry. I really wanted that piece of ice. All right.
That is funny.
I'm sorry.
For me, the integrity is important. I need to know. I need to know. I can trust that you are going to do your job. You're going to try to do your job, and when you don't do your job, you're going to tell somebody that you didn't do your job.
Who are you telling? Ghostbusters?
The team. That's integrity.
So maybe that's the word, because that's not. I think that's ideal. I don't think that's what really happens.
I said, yeah. The question is, what do I want in my culture?
Okay.
Integrity. I want to work with people who have integrity.
Understood.
Like when I've been a part of cultures where that wasn't the case, and it really fucked us up. Because when somebody lies about doing their job, puts everybody else in jeopardy, or makes somebody else have to do double the work or something. So that shit annoys me.
Does that also put into consideration of the person that hired them, or do you think that they just
absolutely?
Okay. Culture
starts with HR.
Or recruitment.
Or whoever's playing your HR in recruitment. You're right. 1,000% agree with that.
Okay.
So, that's all I had.
Okay. Okay, my topic is, how do you let go of something you're not ready to let go of?
You don't.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
Even if it's not conducive to you, your spirit, your body, your physical, your health?
How do you let go of something that you're not ready to let go of?
Yeah.
You don't, because you're not ready to let it go.
Yeah, but you know that you need to.
You still don't?
I don't know. I'm even thinking about like as far surface as a drug addict. Like,
until they are ready to let it go, they don't let it go.
Sometimes they don't have the option, but they're put in positions where that has to happen.
Explain.
Like something happens, they get a court order, now they have to go into rehab. So it's not a choice. Like it has put on me to have to do this.
Then when they're done with that court order, they go usually fall back to the same patterns.
Not always.
Okay. Then they made the choice to not want that anymore.
Okay.
Even though it was court ordered, at some point along the process of being court ordered, they figured out that they don't want that shit anymore.
Okay. I think that there could be a way that you work things out. I think it goes with like realization of like even doing something as geeky as making a pros and cons list. Mm-hmm. Like giving you, why are you looking at me like that, Greg?
I'm just listening to you talk because I think this is hilarious.
Why? I think that just even think about like a diet or something like that. Like I understand like the human nature of if I'm not going to do something, I'm just not going to do it, or I want to do something, but if I don't do it, like it's a whatever. But like even when you think about like New Year's resolutions and like going into that, we're just like, I know I want to cut carbs or something like that. You may not actually want to do it, but you know that it is healthy for you to do it, so you then do it.
You would never do. Let me This is Greg's belief.
Oh, I want to eat Mars.
You will never do nothing that you don't want to do.
That's not true.
I said Greg's belief.
That's not true because then you put.
What is something that you don't want? When have you done something that you didn't want to do?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
A few times.
What?
I don't feel like I need to say it, but there's a lot of things I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it, and I did it.
I'm gonna need you to clean that up just a little bit.
No,
way too vague.
It is. You're gonna have to hold that because I'm not incriminating myself right now. I'm a good person.
Oh.
Everything I wanted to do, I did because I wanted to do it. But no, there are some things that I did and I did not want to do it.
But you did it.
Yes.
Because you wanted to do it.
No, I did not want to do it.
I disagree with that.
I did not want to do it.
I'm not gonna say and argue because I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you don't have to know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, like, as a feeling, because I know what you're saying, and I have felt that way. But no, I did everything that I've done doesn't mean that I always wanted to do it. It means either I had to do it or I was put in the circumstances where I had to do it. Did I want to do it? I did not. I'm sorry that I can't be specific right now, Greg. But I can't say that everything that I did was of the goodness of my heart. Or everything that I did was, even if I had ulterior motives. I'm telling you that there are situations that I've been in where I definitely didn't want no parts in it, but I found myself doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. And if I'm giving you the reasons, and not because I wanted to do it, it was because how I had to deal with how that person was going to make me feel because I didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And now it's me being like a people pleaser and idea. Like I'm more worried about how my response is going to be if I don't do it than if I do it, but I didn't want to do it. Nothing in me wanted to do it. Even after I did it, I was mad that I did it, and I hope I don't have to ever do it again. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at. Done. I want to eat ice.
Okay.
I really do, though.
We ain't know what your topic.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what your stance is.
I just told you. I just had a conversation with you about it.
We went on a whole other tangent.
I told you that I believe that if people understood how something is so toxic to them or how it's harming them or they need to stop doing it, even if you like went to a doctor and they said, you know what, you no longer, you're allergic to this. Like your body you're not good with cheese. Mm-hmm. You don't want to let go of cheese. You love cheese. But understanding that it's going to be healthier for you and your body and how it responds, you're not going to do it. And yes, at first it'll probably be the hardest thing that you have to do, but you understand that you change your lifestyle in order for yourself to be healthier.
I don't see how you don't see that person has decided to want to not eat cheese anymore.
No, because I remember when I didn't eat meat, I still loved it. Do
you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe not, Greg, because we're still going back and forth.
Can you tell me what you think I'm saying? I think it's the best way I can try to figure out how to explain it better. That
even if people say that they don't want to do something because they do something, they wanted to do it because they did it.
What? Yo, $10 for anybody who can repeat that 10 times backwards to me. What? Don't use the same word so many times.
Okay. What I'm hearing from you is that you're saying if someone is in a position and a choice is provided to them and they decide to do it, they've decided to do it. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you that's what I said. And even if they don't want to do it, but once they decide to do it, that means they wanted to do it.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
And I'm saying that is not the case. Okay. And also, like, even when I think about it, even in a family dynamic and how I am as a family-oriented person, there's a lot of things that I didn't want to do or I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. But it could have been my mom. It could have been my dad. It could have been a cousin or sister or something like that I'm going to show up for them.
Good. Think about what you just said.
But I didn't want to do it.
You wanted to show up for them.
It didn't mean that I wanted to do it.
It did.
No, it didn't.
If you didn't want to do it, you wouldn't have done it.
No, that's not true. I don't want to go to work, Greg. I just know I got to get paid. I don't want to do it.
You want to get paid, so you go to work.
Right. That doesn't mean that I want to do it.
Okay. True.
It means I got to do it, but don't means I want to do it. Wanting and having to do something are two different things.
Yeah.
If I want something, that's one thing. If I need something, that's another thing. If I have to do something in order to do, then that's
yeah. But your initial question was, how do you let go of something that you don't want? Wait. What was? Yeah. How do you let go of something when you don't want to let it go?
We're not ready to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not ready to let it go, then you won't let it go.
Yeah, but you got to let it go. Like the person that don't want to work but needs to get paid, or the person that can't eat cheese but love pizza. Like, something has to give. At some point, it has to give. It's not something that you can continue doing it, but you're harming yourself in doing it.
I think, for sure, I think that's case by case. Or
everything is case by case, right?
I'm going to stick with my initial thought. Like, yeah, if you don't want to let it go, even if you think about letting it go, or even if you feel, my whole thing is you're still there because even if it's causing you damage or whatever, the damage doesn't equate to what letting it go looks like. So that's why you stay.
I think it's taking self-inventory, because I think sometimes it's easier for people to see it on the outside than to be in it. And so sometimes you get lost in it, whether it's work, a relationship, family dynamics that you can't even see outside of what's happening to you. So sometimes people do need a moment to have some self-inventory and take a time and do a pros and cons.
Yeah, but when you do the self-inventory, evidently you've done it. If you've realized you shouldn't be here, you've done that assumption that you have done the self-inventory. If you have come to the conclusion,
I guess we can assume that. This is a question, so I don't know where they are in that path. Like, sometimes it's just making the decision and then going through the process. Sometimes it's not you doing the self-inventory to get it. I feel like once you do that, that's that point of view where you're probably gonna end up removing yourself and healing. But I think just having that moment of saying, like, this is a problem, doesn't always mean that I know that I'm ready to get the problem. Now, I'm acknowledging it. The first step in solving a problem is what, Greg?
Acknowledging it. Yeah, but now you're moving the goalpost.
How?
You said letting it go.
Yeah, you would have to if you realize it's not conducive to your spirit.
So we are assuming that at that point you have done the self-inventory.
Okay. If that's how you took the question, I get what you're saying.
If you if at that point you've done the self-inventory and you realize that I gotta drop this, but you decide to stay, then maybe your self-inventory wasn't too great.
Okay, maybe you need to do it again.
But what if you keep landing the same way?
Well, then that just means that it's a you problem and it's not them. You don't see that? I see it.
I always think it's a you problem. It's always a you problem. I don't believe no external force can make you do anything.
I think it depends on the scenario and the age group
and
that you're talking about.
That is not me trying to be insensitive at all, because I understand situations happen.
Okay.
That's not what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Clean that up real quick.
You did good. I was going to let you sit on that one.
Pause. Mm-hmm. Whoa. We done?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. If you are still here with us, rocking with us rocking with you, and we are here for the new dialogue section of the show. We end every show with a section called New Dialogue. We talk about something that we found interesting this week. What do you got?
I don't know. I was watching something. I'm trying to think if it was good or not. I don't know if I have anything, Greg. Go ahead, you go. I'm gonna think about it because nothing's coming to my head.
I watched the show The Jackal, The Day of the Jackal, on Peacock. It's pretty much a cat and mouse type of show, where MI6 is hunting this assassin. Show's pretty good. I think, spoiler alert, the chick who was trying to catch him finally caught him, and she got murked. I said, damn. And it was a good, I was like, oh shit.
So you gave us the whole season and told us to end at the same time.
Yeah. And because he was hired by billionaires to kill this dude, who's going to give like free game out and tell everybody everything about everybody. Like all the rich niggas, like they fucked up. And the rich people was like, kill this nigga. And the way he killed that nigga, you have to be a trained assassin to kill that nigga the way he killed him. Kind of water while he was swimming on a boat.
He was swimming on a boat?
The sniper was on the boat. He had this apparatus or some shit to keep him steady. The nigga who he was trying to kill was swimming in the water, underwater, moving. And nigga still, you gotta be really good at math and angles and all that shit to be able to calculate where that bullet is going to land. I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed.
I'm impressed for you. I'm impressed that you was able to enjoy it.
I said, oh shit. I think this is going to be a season 2. It shouldn't be a season 2.
Why? I felt like you enjoyed
it. It was good for one season.
Okay. I understand there's shows like that. Like limited series.
The next season is going to be all about him trying to find his family and killing a dude who didn't give him the rest of his money. Nobody cares.
Okay.
Sorry, Peacock.
I'm screaming. I'm just going to leave it with this. Is that it, Greg? Yeah, just in these times where we're going into the holidays and the New Year is coming, just find peace. Peace will allow you with happiness, joy, gratitude, all within yourself. Just find some peace. Don't let people get you out of your peace. And if they do, maybe you realize that this is the year that you just leave them there. And next year you don't. Peace. And with that being said, my amazing individuals, thank you so much for spending time with Greg and I. Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Yeah, you can find me on X and Instagram at GregRussell26. And follow the pod at JustAConvo_pod on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Listen to us on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Acast, wherever you like to listen to your podcast.
Awesome. And you can find me here for now and X sometimes at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you need to be reminded today, Greg and I want you to go be great. Gigi.